Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you enjoy our words of encouragement today. I'm sitting obviously at the TCC. Our harvest table is already set and prepared. I think it is at all three of our campuses for this Sunday. So I want us to look just for a moment at the story of Lazarus in John chapter 11. The story has so many different layers to it about who Jesus is through the conversations of Martha and Mary, that he is the Messiah. It has this part about the resurrection and the calling forth of Lazarus. It also explains Christ's mercy for us. I think that's why Jesus weeps when he sees Mary and Martha. He sees their sorrow at the loss of Lazarus, their brother. But it also has an interesting piece about how we respond and how Jesus even showed that piece of being dependent on God as a part of who he was. You know, one of the things that I think we have to see and understand is that we need to exhibit as Christians a dependence on God all the time. It's not something that happens just once in a while. It shouldn't just happen in the midst of our crisis. Sid Buzzell wrote, he said, Christians, we want to cultivate the kind of dependence on God that others can see in real life situations. And that faith is not cultivated during a crisis. It's cultivated in a day-to-day basis before the crisis ever comes. I'll tell you this on example out of Lazarus, where you walk in where somebody has died. You can see where people are rather quickly. And you can understand a lot of what is happening in and around them as you talk to them, as you walk through that moment of crisis. And I wonder, in this day and age, what are we doing to cultivate our own dependence, our own faithfulness to God daily? I want to read you just a few verses. It's right before Jesus tells Lazarus to come out of the tomb. He says, once more Jesus was deeply moved. His emotions hit him as he came to the tomb. It was a cave and the stone laid across the entrance, and he said, take the stone away. They said to him, but Lord, by this time, there's a bad odor, for he's been in there for 4 days. And then Jesus said, did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? He said, you're about to see the glory of God revealed. So they took the stone away. It's then that Jesus looked up and he starts to pray. And he says, Father, thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me. But I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. Then at that moment, he says, come forth. He says, Lazarus, come out of the tomb. Scriptures tell us that Lazarus came out. He was wrapped in the cloth and walked out. And Jesus tells him, he says, y'all get the cloths off of him. That which was dead is now alive. I'm interested, though, in the prayer. In the midst of the crisis, Jesus called on the name of the Father. He showed where his dependence was and who he was depending on. I'd ask you today to think about, what is it that you need to be doing daily? What can you do the rest of this week that might help you grow in your faithfulness and in your own dependence on God? And as you go through life, when you develop that peace, God will reveal it so that others can see it. My prayer is right now that you'd be willing to work on that dependence and that faithfulness each day. Thank you. God bless.